right, it's time for the Sunday sermon. I'm going to put a couple hours in here to get everything ready for Eric. And what I'm finding out is I'm doing what would be like, the simple task. Just get anybody to do it. It's all about the details. There's an old saying, and I'm getting some green wax right now, that whoever's faithful in a little will be given more, given much. So what I'm doing now is putting a green wax around the edge. There's a reason for doing that is so the edges clean up a lot easier. A lot of times it's that way in life. You just pay attention to the small things. If you take care of the small things, they don't grow into big things. And then life is so much simpler. As I'm thinking about the hot rod industry, specifically, because that's kind of what we do here. This is a DIY series, but this is more than just a DIY series for me. It's a DIY series to help y'all that are interested in doing something with your hands, giving you the ability to kind of see how it's done, and then you can take what's been done and what works and expand on that and build on that. And then there's a sense of pride when you put in a day's work and get it done. So I've got those are inner door skins for the 32. This is, if you watched maybe yesterday, was it? I was putting together the 23 here. Well, this is the flange where the floor goes. So there won't be a part on that, but we will gel it and there'll be gel coat on it. So I want to green wax this. I don't want the gel coat to stick here. I've come back here and there was so much gel coat built up on these flanges that the part didn't even fit right. And you had to grind it off and then sand it and buff it again. So you can put a lot of time and a lot of effort. I mean, a lot of time and a lot of effort. This mold is pretty old. It's been repaired before. It really needs to be repaired. I need to make another mold. I'll make a mold with the doors in it. I've added those doors into this to remove, but I can have two molds, which I think I will do. I'm kind of excited to make that happen. So the future of hot rodding, the whole supply chain, the whole issue of, we're going to the frog polys. It's pre-49. You know, there's not too many pre-49 cars left out there to restore. Anything that's even half decent's already been probably restored. So the market for, and this, except for the sake of time, I can't fix every mold and get it ready for right now. This should all just blow off of there like that. Instead, if you don't maintain it right, this is what you start getting. And it would take me a couple hours to prep these. This one, I started chipping it off. It's just faster for me at this point to green wax it, and at some point make this an effort to clean this one up. This is a inner door for a 23. So I'll green wax it, get it ready. So anyway, what is the future of hot rodding here? We've got, oh gosh, I don't know, 20 something cars in the stable. I just made a deal where I can do a trade for a 41 Willys. That would be a fun car to do, a very complicated car. It'd probably be one of the hardest ones to build in what we do. But if we don't make it, and it's a mold that came from a company that did it. It was a fairly reputable company, a quality mold though. I won't say their name, but they're no longer in business. The molds got parted out and sold and moved around, and that one's come available. It's out of Florida. So if I get that, it's going to take some engineering around it to make the doors and the latches and the handles. And then you still need a lot of parts. You need headlights, you need tail lights, you need a lot of parts. You need axles, you need a lot of old hot rod parts. Well, if the market's not big enough for that, who's going to make them? And who's going to make the investment into building the parts just to do that? So we're working on kind of what does the future of hot rodding look like? We've come to a place where it's almost last man standing. And I'm still standing, so I'm still here. I got all this pretty much prep for Eric. He'll be in tonight. But he will not work on it without work orders. So I got to go over to the other building and get him work orders. It's my standing order. Do not, I don't care what I say, according to Bob Chester, no parts built without work orders. And it doesn't matter what I say. So we're just going to stick to that and make it happen. Be consistent in some of the things that you do is really important. So over the years, the great white Chinook, I'm wanting to finish this. We got all the floor made and all the cool stuff done for it. The boys they won Friday. If you follow Mountain Home Football, we beat West Plains. Coach Air used to be the coach there. Kind of a rivalry, but we did good. Had one of our guys break a leg, which is not good. But so snapper, I'm missing him, but they got it ready for me. I can get that going. So let's get back out of that rabbit hole. And over the years, I've had several opportunities to do the reality TV, and it's just not, bottom line is, who wants to entertain the world with their drama? And unfortunately, last week, I had to let somebody go. Even coming into the office, asking him, I say, you probably know what this is about. No clue. You got to start with quality. It's about the little things. Here's that flange I was talking about. So this is the floor for that 23. You see the white on there, that's gel coat. So the snapper prepped this one last. So I'm assuming that I'm going to be able to just take the blower and blow that off, and it's going to be pretty clean. And actually, I wasn't on him. I trusted what he was doing. He was doing too good of a job getting things waxed. I mean, things were so slick, we were getting some pre-release. We actually had to cut back on preparation. That's some of the things you need to know. But if that's prepped right, I can just blow that off and it'll come off. It's all about prep. And I can't go to the next step until I get that off. If I keep leaving that on, time after time after time, it's going to build up. It's going to build up to the point where it doesn't fit the other part correctly, and especially if the other part's getting the same thing, and you're building bad quality in. People don't understand that. Too many people don't understand. It's not just about showing up. There's no trophy for our participation. It doesn't work that way. When I can go to a high school graduation and 2/3 of the ribbon people, or what do you want to call them, are summa cum laudes, how is that possible when 2/3, when it should be the other direction? You got an upside down pyramid. Everybody can't be the best. It doesn't give you anything to shoot for. He just couldn't understand what my problem was. So unfortunately you gotta kind of say, well, look, you didn't listen, you didn't do this right. Then you built on that, and you were building poor quality in. And I finally asked him, I said, what did you give me that I can bill? What was billable? His response was, well, that's not my job. I don't need to know that kind of stuff. Well, if you don't produce any quality, there's nothing billable. It just doesn't work that way. So it's more than just showing up. Take pride in what we do. Let's get it done. So I've got a few cars. I mean, the future of hot rodding, as I'm here today thinking about it, going, man, it's on the edge at Spirit. If I don't get in here and maybe redo some of these molds. Some of these molds are quite old, 20, 30 years old. They've been repaired, but like I said at the beginning of this, I can go ahead and build a brand new mold, and I've done that before. Put it into production. Explain thoroughly how this needs it. You can't take a brand new mold and just putting new wine in old wineskins, you know, even on a repair or whatever. It's got to be seasoned. So you've got to wax it not once but multiple times. You got to get it prepped. You got to maybe put a peel coated gel in there, because it actually this is a thermoset kind of a product. It takes heat to cure it, and unless you get it to a certain temperature, it never really cures. So your fiberglass body, I suppose if you built it in the winter and got it all prepped, I know this happened to me one time on an old car that I did, a Kellison. As soon as I put it out in the sun, in the heat of the summer, and it was cooking, it shrunk up a bit. It taught me a valuable lesson years ago. So I can take a brand new mold, give it to someone that, call it the mundane, okay, the easy, anybody can do it. All you gotta do is wax this and prep it. Give it to them, and if they don't take pride in their work, the first part you put into it will stick, and it will ruin maybe hundreds of hours of labor. And then you don't have a plug because it's stuck in a mold maybe, or you don't have a mold anymore. You got to rebuild a mold. So it's about the little things. So I'm ready to head to the house. The rain quit. It's a Labor Day week. Is it Labor Day? Yeah, Labor Day weekend. So I'm laboring to celebrate Labor Day weekend. I'm up at the glass shop. Better go get some work orders before I forget that. Works out really good. We're right next to a sawmill out here. Beautiful hazy day. The rain quit. And I'm gonna go hit the river because we're having a fish fry tomorrow night, and cooking chicken on the grill tonight. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. I think I might scrounge up some pictures of spirit cars tomorrow and do a video of some old spirit cars. There's hundreds of them out there, and I know we have pictures of a bunch of them. So that might be tomorrow's video. I've been trying to keep a daily video, but go find some work orders and lights out for today.